Budget deficit remains a major concern with less than 24 hours before budget policy statement is presented to the National Assembly. The National Treasury plans to lower the deficit from 4.9 to 4.5% in the 2026-27 budgeting cycle. Treasury is banking on enhanced tax compliance and increased private sector participation through public-private partnerships and targeted spending on key sectors. Trevor Ng'endo takes a look at some of the key highlights emerging ahead of the budget reading.
As the National Treasury prepares to read the national budget on Thursday afternoon, Kenyans are bracing for the country's largest ever spending plan. The 2026-2027 fiscal framework, which has been quietly taking shape in parliamentary committees, represents a significant shift in how the government plans to collect revenue and fund development. With total expenditure projected to hit 4.8 trillion shillings, up from 4.3 trillion shillings in the current fiscal year, the National Treasury is betting on improved tax compliance, private partnerships and foreign direct investment to fill the yawning budget hole. Treasury is targeting revenues approximately 3.63 trillion shillings, leaving a deficit of about 1.11 trillion shillings, equivalent to 5.3% of Kenya's gross domestic product. But where will the extra half trillion shillings come from? The Treasury appears to be shifting away from introducing painful new taxes. Instead, the Kenya Revenue Authority has been tasked with broadening the tax base, tightening compliance, closing loopholes, and expanding digital tax administration. A tax amnesty and dispute resolution measures are also on the table. The fiscal space constrained, the Treasury is aggressively turning to public-private partnerships to fund development projects. Education continues to be the highest winner, receiving over 780 billion shillings. Development expenditure is projected at roughly 750 billion shillings. County governments are set to receive close to 496 billion shillings, with additional allocations on top of the equitable share. The deficit financing plan shows continued reliance on domestic borrowing, reflecting Treasury's delicate balancing act between financing development and maintaining fiscal sustainability. Trevor Ng'endo for Prime Edition.